What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes news for October 2nd, 2023. Now, today we have what is kind of like a spoiler because we have Datamine information that's already in the game for Gaggie's new skill kit. And I don't necessarily know if this is true information or not. We're going to find out here today what it looks like in game right now. Some of his skills seem pretty promising. However, the one big downside I immediately see reading through all this information, there's no self-sustain. Now, it's not necessarily a necessary thing for an first E5 hero. You can do things like ticks where he doesn't have self-sustain, but he still does ridiculous amounts of damage, and it works. This sounds like a ridiculous amount of damage. We'll have to see if it works. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's take a look and see what this hero is all about, potentially. Let's start with the active skill, Taste My Bomb. Active skill deals 1400% attack. That's pretty high. Damage to frontline enemies. Nah, it's just frontline, and reduces the volcanic bomb countdown on all enemies by 1. So that is his special skill ability. Afterward, inflicts volcanic bomb with a countdown of 3 on 1 random enemy without volcanic bomb. So the more of them that are pretty much ready to go, this is going to count down by 1 turn essentially on all of them, and it could potentially do some extra damage. So that's interesting. Reliable friend. So this part's really good. So his passive skills are a lot of HP, a decent amount of attack, damage reduction, which is really solid. As you guys know, I love heroes that have innate damage reduction because then you put a crown on them as well. Whew, they get tanky, and a little bit of control immunity. I don't know if these values are going to be necessarily correct. Again, we'll have to see what the skill card shows tomorrow. But if the skill card looks similar to this, we can get a good guess about the percentages, which is really nice. Lava's Punch passive skill changes the base attack to deal 800% attack damage to frontline enemies. Still hits multiple targets, so I guess that's not too bad. And steals 50% armor for them for 2 rounds. Now, that is a big amount of armor if there are 2 targets in the front row. This hero might be extremely tanky, and building with a crown might be the way to go to just have him live long enough for all these volcanic bombs to go off and do some craziness. This is the spicy one. Race Lava. Passive skill. At the beginning of each battle, or when self is in battle as a substitute, inflicts volcanic bomb with a countdown of 3 on 1 enemy with the highest HP. So if we're talking about Sealand, that's going to go on the boss most likely every single time, unless when he gets lower health, another target. I don't know. We'll have to see. But again, this part's at the beginning of each battle. So that's interesting. Here's the part that's I don't like as a first E5 hero because it's like a on death ability. When self dies, deals 3600% damage divided by the number of surviving enemies of the battlefield of his attack. Damaging essentially all enemies, aka however many lives. So if there's only 1 enemy alive, it literally does 3600 to that 1 single target. If there's 5 alive in Sealand, then of course that's going to be divided with a, what is that, like 720% damage per target, which again isn't horrible. Besides that, burns the target, dealing damage equal to 8% of the target's max HP for 3 rounds, capping at 1500% of his attack, and removes all volcanic bombs from enemies. So I guess the removing the bombs means they don't proc is my guess. They just kind of get removed so they're not still laying there and they're not sitting around doing stuff. We'll have to see. When taking damage dealt by active skills, deals 1400% attack damage to the attacker and inflicts 1 volcanic bomb with a countdown 3 on the target. If the target has a bomb, it reduces its countdown by 1 instead. This effect can only be triggered once per round. I mean, again, for Sealand, that's actually not bad, this part of it, because most likely... Oh, does the boss go first? I feel like the boss goes first in a lot of Sealand up to 20. At least I think the boss goes first up to Sealand 20. If that's the case, that is good, though, because that's a 1400% attack counterattack. That is good because, let's be honest, the basic attack and the active skills both only hit frontline, so we're going to need some way to start dealing damage to the boss it could work. I mean, it might. His last skill effect, bomb or volcanic bomb, that's the actual, you know, these guys going around. Oh wait, no, sorry, that was all his skills. This is just the skill effect. The definition of volcanic bomb. It is a skill effect, so it can't be purified. The countdown is reduced by 1 automatically each round, and volcanic bomb explodes when the countdown reaches 0. Makes sense. So this deals, oh wow, hold on. Each bomb deals AoE damage. I did not see that. I thought it was just gonna be damage on that target, but it deals that same 3600% to all enemies, besides burns the target for 8%, capping there. There's a 100% chance to stun the target for 3 rounds. Not stackable, but if like enough things happen, you can get multiple bombs out here. That is interesting. Sadly, his basic attack doesn't do anything about getting bombs out. It's really just the beginning of battle and his active skill. So there's not going to be like a crazy number of bombs going out. However, wonder what happens if there are multiple Gaggie on the battlefield. You can only have 1 bomb on a target at a time. They probably would both target the same target, so I don't think stacking this hero would really do anything. Of course, dot effect, we have burn, stun, control effect, all those fun things. It does lead me to believe that this hero might be a crazy AoE damage dealer as a Transcendence hero. And as you guys know, at Halloween, literally like 3 weeks after this hero comes out, is when we are going to have the Transcendence version of Gaggie, and I'm wondering if this one is going to hit like a truck. Still don't know what class he is. I keep wanting to say she because, I mean, let's be honest, it kind of looks like a she, but it's a boy, it's a little kid. So yeah, this is interesting. I will say it is very interesting. So we have this on death AoE explosion. We have the volcanic bombs with AoE explosion. Honestly, if you build this hero as your first E5 with something like a crown, you might be able to get away with using like balanced strike, because he's going to have a ton of armor from his basic attack. So he's going to be tanky as tanky can be. He's got innate built-in damage reduction, tons of bonus HP. You could build him full HP mode, honestly. Because here's the one thing that's interesting. There's no cap on the damage these bombs do. There's no like, the only cap is the burn dot. It will be less, but it does have a really good synergy with Phoenix really early on as like your first monster. So there's a lot of pluses and positives maybe that might go into this character. We'll have to see if this Datamine info translates over to live though, because as you guys know, sometimes heroes get changed even at the last minute. Sometimes the whole, I mean, literally like a year or 2 ago, or no, 2 years ago when EOS came out, regular EOS got a nerf pretty quick because she was going to be stronger than a Transcendence hero. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. It's promising, and we are going to have 2 different accounts we can build Gaggie on as a first E5 hero type situation to test them out in the early game. So we will most likely be streaming this Thursday. I'll let you guys know. I'll post a reminder on Friday or Thursday if we're gonna have the live stream. I don't think we're gonna have a CD key code on Thursday, but we'll have it later in the week. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.